Chris Cook for you too. In an earlier segment, I showed you how to make clarified butter. Now I'm going to be broiling lobster tails, so let's get started. In this container, I have two 10-ounce lobster tails. Now, what I did with the lobster tails is I did thaw them so that I could use them. So I'm going to take one out. Now, how you tell that your lobster tails is completely thawed and it's ready for you to actually cook is when you bend it, it will bend all the way up. Now, I'm going to show you how to prepare this lobster tail. First of all, you're going to lay it down. This is a 10-ounce lobster tail, and I need you to know that the rule of thumb is for every ounce of lobster that you have, there would be a minute and a half of cooking. So if I have a 10-ounce lobster, then it would roughly take me 15 minutes to cook. So now I'm going to show you how to take this lobster from here to something that would be an elegant meal. First, you're going to take some very good kitchen shears. You're going to stick it into the top part of the meat, and you're going to cut. And your kitchen shears have to be very sharp. You're going to cut it all the way down, but don't take it to the fin. And this part is the fin. Now, once you take it down, you're going to open it from the side. You're going to open this just a little bit, and you're going to stick your hand in, and you got to go from the fin up, not from this part down. And you're going to pull it away from the shell. And take your time and get it done. Okay. When you complete one side, then you're going to go in and you're going to do the other side. Now, in order to get in there and get that meat, you can crack it just a little bit. You don't want to crack it a lot. When you have it open enough, you're going to take your lobster tail out. Free it completely. Now, as you can see, I freed it completely from the back. Once you do that, you're going to season it. Now, normally there's a membrane right here and you will pull it, but this is already clean. So I won't go any further with this one than that, and I'm going to do it again. Here is my second lobster tail. Okay, take it out. It's completely okay. I've already folded it to make certain that this is unfrozen, it's totally unthawed, and I can prepare it. And I take my shears, insert a little bit on the meat, and you hear it. My shears have a safety part on it. And if you notice, I didn't go to the fin. Here's the fin. I didn't go there. Then I'm going to go inside of it, crack it just a little bit, enough for you to get your hand in. Go inside. Starting from the fin up. Loosen the meat on both sides. Take it out. Wherever it's not loose, go back and get it. Bring it up. Now, this meat has not been exposed to anything outside, so technically this meat is clean. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take the meat, you're going to pull the shell back together, you're going to sit it on top, and you're going to bring it down. And that's exactly the way you see it in the restaurant. You're going to take the meat, again I'll show you. You're gonna sit it up, bring the shell in, lay the meat on top, fan it out. Okay? That's it. Now, let me wash my hands real quick. Now, once you've done that, just pulled a little bit of the particles away from it. Then you're going to take some olive oil and you're going to mix it with the butter that you made earlier. Just a little. Mix it together. You're going to take your brush. You're going to baste your lobster tail all over. Why am I doing that? Because I want it to be cooked well and I want it to brown well. All over the top. Now, the only thing that you need to add to this, and I showed you how to make the butter earlier, and I did tell you in making the butter that I use a salted butter because I didn't want any more salt on my lobster. So the only thing that I need, make sure I get every bit of it, is to add a little bit of paprika. Okay, now I do have one more lobster tail. I'm going to go to the refrigerator and get that one, but this is basically how it looks. This is how it looks when it goes down on your plate as well. I'll be right back. Now, for the sake of time, I have one more that I did earlier. These are the two I just did. Move this and put it up. And the reason why I did this one earlier, now if you need that leaf to be cut down just a little bit more, say like this one is higher than that one, just take, don't go all the way through, because the more you cut it, the more it's going to open up. Okay, and that's the beauty of it. It's just displayed the beauty in it. So now I'm going to take some of Chef Holly's essential seasonings, because I did tell you that I'm going to be doing a review for her. On the third lobster tail, I'm going to sprinkle her seasonings. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to take these 3 lobster tails and I'm going to place them on a baking sheet. Here is my baking sheet. Now, a trick for that, so that your lobster will steam as well, is to put a little bit of water down on your baking sheet. Let's get just a little bit more. Now, you're going to sit your lobster down in the water. What I don't want my lobster to do is I don't want the bottoms to burn. And I want to provide a little bit of steam as well. All right, there you have it. I'm going to place that in a 375-degree oven for 15 minutes. And once that has completed, I'll get back to you. But here we have attractive, uncooked lobster before we put it into the oven. Okay, we're back and it's about time. It's been about 15 minutes. My timer just went off, so we're going to take these lobster tails out right now and I'll show you what they look like. And this oven is very hot. Okay. Now, the lobster tails they're done, but now we want them to brown. So, now I'm going to put my oven on broil. Okay, and I'm going to coat this one more time with the butter and the olive oil, because now I want the tops to broil. Okay, and I'm going to place these back in the oven on whatever my broiling point is. It's high, so I'm thinking it's what, about 475 or something like that. But it's high, because now all I want to do is to just give them a little lightweight brown on the top. And I'm going to tell you something, these lobsters look good. And I can't wait. But the stuff that you see them do in the restaurants, you can do it yourself. And this is the perfect meal if you want to have a romantic dinner just for you and your significant other. Send all the kids out the house. I got the first part for you. You're on your own after this. Okay, so we're going to place this back in the oven for 3 minutes on broil. And then when that's finished, I'll get back to you. Okay, we're back. So now we're going to take them out of the oven and we're going to plate them. I turned it just a little bit. Because I wanted that last one to get just a little bit hotter. As you can see, the lobster tails are ready. Keep it on now. See if I can get this meat back up. And close up her shell. Now, I'll show you about that one. What I'm going to do is to cut that shell down a little bit. But here, I'm going to plate these. Okay. And they're hot. But I've dealt with hot meat so much. Okay. There's butter. We're going to add some lemon to this. There's a little more. And I want to show you something. I want to show you how to get yourself out of this too, but let me do this first. Okay, now you don't have to put your lemons down like that. Move it over. You can take a slice of the lemon. Just make a slice, okay? Slice. Cut it down. Make certain that you remove the seeds. Flip one away and one to you. Okay? How do you do that? Once you cut the opening, you flip one piece away from you, one in. One away from you. Make sure that you cut all the way through. And that you remove the seed. Okay. Flip one away and one to you. Okay? Now, this is your lobster tails. Beautiful. They came out really, really good. Okay? Now, I'm going to set this plate aside because I want to show you this last lobster tail. And then we'll probably do... Okay, now that this lobster tail has cooled, and I'm glad that this kind of happened like this. You see how I pulled back? Go back and sit it up. Now, if you don't have, here you go, enough room to sit it up, take your cooking shears, cut through it. There you go. You can get yourself out of any mess. Don't panic. That's the important thing. This is the third lobster. We'll bring it down. We will add a slice of lemon to it. Okay. There you are. Now, you know that it just wouldn't be right if I didn't taste this lobster. So, let me just taste this. This one has the butter on the plate. Let me just taste here. So I'm going to cut down just a little piece. Man, that is succulent. I'm going to dip it in the butter. Oh, man. You you all know that lobster is some type of good, okay? I want you to see this was very easy to do, okay? Broiled lobster with your melted butter, your melted clarified butter, and lemons. That's all we have for you today. Chris is cooking lobster. Thank you so much for watching Chris Cook for YouTube. Bye. Hi, welcome back. Normally I don't add my bloopers, but tonight I really had to because of some important information that I needed to give you about lobster. And because I was so excited to really eat that lobster, because it's not something that I have all the time, I just completely forgot about everything that I was supposed to tell you, and I just didn't want to leave you that way. Now, I'm going to show you, even though the lobster is gone, okay, I still need to show you a couple of things. When you're plating the lobster, make certain that for a more attractive plate, that you put his fins out, okay? He's gonna draw up because he don't have anything, you know, to hold him down. But make certain that you put there you go. Now, make certain that you put his fins out because it's more attractive on the plate when you put it down, when you get ready to plate. And something that is extremely important when you are getting ready to thaw your lobster, make certain that you don't thaw it in warm water or in hot water, because if you do, it's going to flake the front part of the lobster and you'll lose some of the meat. So you want to make certain that when you get ready to thaw it, that you thaw it in cool or cold water. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you is, remember I showed you, in order to tell that your lobster was ready to, actually it was thawed and it was ready to be prepared, that you could fold it like this, and this was a good way of knowing that it was ready, because all of the ice, you know, you wouldn't have any ice that would still be in the fold, so you could fold it like this. But something that is very important, if you're going to boil your lobster, and most people do boil their lobster, an important thing to do is to take 2 skewers. These are just your skewers that you use for your shish kebab, and stick it through the lobster tail, okay? Because what this will do is to keep it straight out. Instead of, a lot of times when you boil your lobster, if you notice when you take it out, it's like this. So you have to go in and then you have to get it and you have to straighten it out. You have to crack it. You have to do all those things. So one way that you won't have to do that, and it'll make it a whole lot simpler, is if you just take the 2 skewers and you stick them inside before you drop it into your pot of hot water. Okay? I didn't want to leave without telling you those things. I want this to be attached to the video, so this is going to come in as bloopers. And as you know, we're not perfect. We're just out here, you know, doing some things, trying to show people a better way. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to include for you. And I want to tell you that that lobster was fantastic. I ate every bit of it, and I did have company in the house who I shared it with, unfortunately. But I wanted to get back and just let you know those things. So thank you again for watching Chris Cook for YouTube. Bye.